Hello, my name is Karen Brooke. My company is Ocean Education and I'm a partner at Dartpool. If you're undertaking today's professional learning, I imagine you are passionate about sports and I've seen firsthand the power it has to unite people. But I, like many, have also witnessed the devastating impact of racism. Today I want to share some insights on how we can actively work to dismantle racism and embrace an anti-racist culture in sporting organisations. This presentation will cover a range of essential topics related to building an anti-racist culture in sports organisations. We'll start with a basic introduction to the Anti-Racist Wales Action Plan, providing context for our discussion. Then we'll delve into why this culture is so critical in sport, followed by practical strategies for addressing microaggressions and racial bias. We'll also explore the importance of diversifying leadership, implementing inclusive policies, and providing welfare and mental health support. Finally, we'll discuss community engagement, accountability, and conclude with a reflection task and next steps. Of course, we'll also provide a list of references for further exploration. Before we dive deeper, let's talk about the Anti-Racist Wales Action Plan, or RWAP. RWAP outlines the Welsh Government's vision for tackling racism across the country. It's focused on creating a society where everyone feels included through education and awareness, and importantly, it provides you as a sports organisation with practical steps to take. These steps, like developing new policies, providing training and engaging with all communities, including Black, Asian and minority ethnic, including Romani Gypsy, Roma and travellers, are essential for creating the positive change we want to see. So why do we need an anti-racist approach? Sport has inequitable environments, systemic issues, and there is evidence of a lack of fairness and inequitable practice. We should provide inclusive environments to dismantle barriers, overt and subtle, in coaching, recruitment and opportunities. We need to ensure everyone feels welcome and has equal chances to participate and succeed. Sports reflect society. We have to address systemic issues. Anti-racism tackles historical and ongoing racism, levelling the playing field for all athletes, participants and staff members in sports organisations. We must be fair and equitable. There needs to be equal application of rules, equitable resources distribution, ethnicity, religion, nationality, culture shouldn't influence outcomes. But unfortunately at the moment, it does. Think about the power of sport. It brings people together, inspires us and shows us what's possible. But that potential is undermined when racism exists. That's why we need an anti-racist approach in our organisations. We know sports can break down harmful stereotypes, challenging prejudice and celebrating the diversity of our communities. Anti-racism also builds unity, combating division and allowing sports to be a positive force in our society. And fundamentally, it protects the integrity of sport itself. Racism undermines fair play and sportsmanship. We want to ensure a positive experience for everyone, regardless of their background. We're talking about addressing bias and microaggressions, which are often subtle but incredibly damaging. How do we do this? We start with training and professional learning, not just ticking boxes, but really understanding the impact of these issues. We need to get to know the why. Then we need to confront affinity bias. Westover states it's about looking inwards and challenging our assumptions, based on our affinity to our norm. We need to foster open dialogue, creating environments where people feel safe to speak honestly about their experiences. And crucially, we need effective reporting mechanisms. When incidents happen, we need to act swiftly and decisively. These steps, informed by Cousins and Diamond, are crucial for creating real change. Our series of professional learning is a step towards you making positive anti-racist changes across sports organisations. Why is diversifying leadership and representation so important? Because diverse leadership brings different perspectives, leading to better decision making and a more inclusive environment for everyone. To achieve this, we need to focus on recruitment practices. We need to move beyond traditional methods and actively seek out talents from all communities. If required, we need to provide mentorship to support individuals from underrepresented and racialised backgrounds to work within a sports environment, helping develop their confidence. And we need to create clear promotional pathways and leadership pipelines, ensuring that everyone has the opportunity to reach their full potential. This is about building a sports sector that truly reflects the racial diversity and ethnicities within our communities. We're here today to talk about inclusive policies and practice in sports. But let's remember that behind every policy is a person. We need to acknowledge the devastating impact racism has on mental health. Mistrust of healthcare services, cultural beliefs around mental health, and the trauma of racism itself can create significant barriers to well-being. We know racism can be an adverse childhood experience, which can have lifelong impacts. So how do we create policies that not only address these issues but also promote healing? We start with equal and equitable opportunities. This is about creating a level playing field for everyone, ensuring that everyone has the chance to thrive. We need to establish clear anti-discrimination policies that send a strong message that racism will not be tolerated. And we need to ensure accessibility. Our facilities and programs must be welcoming and inclusive to all. By taking these steps, we're not just creating policies, we're creating a community of healing. We're creating spaces where individuals can feel safe, supported and valued. This is about more than just sports, it's about creating a better future for everyone. This framework is informed by the CIPD and Sports UK and our expertise here at DARPL. This slide focuses on the importance of collaborating with communities, a crucial aspect of building an anti-racist culture in sports. We're talking about community collaboration, which means actively working with local communities, particularly those with Black, Asian and minority ethnic populations, through conversations, programmes and events. We also need to support grassroots development, investing in local, regional and national sports organisations to foster inclusivity at all levels. Highlighting role models from all communities is also essential, inspiring young athletes and promoting representation. And finally, we need to embrace and centre co-creation and co-production, working collaboratively with stakeholders to design and deliver initiatives. Now, if you'd like to delve deeper into the practicalities of co-creation and co-production in a sports context, we have a standalone professional learning session specifically dedicated to this topic and accessible on our virtual campus. This session provides valuable insights and tools for effective collaboration. This slide addresses the critical need for accountability and transparency in our sports organisations. We need to collect data, conduct performance monitoring and maintain transparency to ensure we're making progress. We've also included some suggestions to help you in this process, and you'll see the Sporting Equals Race Representation Index here. Indexes can be valuable tools for understanding your organisation's position within this sector. However, it's essential to remember that context matters. Your organisation's specific aims, your community's needs, and your unique challenges will all influence your progress. Therefore, while indexes can offer a broader perspective, it's ultimately more important to measure your success against your own internal targets and goals that have been co-created and produced with Black, Asian and minority ethnic people. Reflection is a crucial part of learning and growth. This slide invites you to take a deeper look at your own and your organisation's journey towards building an anti-racist culture. Start by acknowledging your strengths. What are you doing well and why? Recognising your successes is essential for building confidence and momentum. Next, be honest about your challenges. What could you improve upon and why? Identify areas for growth is the first step towards positive change. Then, prioritise your efforts. What area of improvement is your priority area? Focus on what will have the most significant impact on your organisation. Finally, think about how you will celebrate your successes and address your challenges. How will you approach celebrating what you're doing so well as developing your priority area? This is about creating a culture of continuous improvement and celebration. Take some time to reflect on these questions and consider how you can apply these insights to your work. Record your reflections on the supporting task sheets and send it in to DARPL at cardiffmet.ac.uk to share your thoughts and complete this session. As we wrap up today's session, let's reiterate that creating an anti-racist culture in sports is a long-term commitment. It requires ongoing collaboration and a dedication to continuous learning. To continue your learning, we recommend exploring the DARPL case studies which showcase real Welsh examples of anti-racist initiative. Take advantage of our bite-sized learning resources designed to provide you with practical knowledge and skills. And most importantly, begin with self-reflection. Examine your own perceptions, ideas and experiences before you move on to addressing organisational level change. We've reached the end of our session, but the journey towards building an anti-racist culture is ongoing. We encourage you to continue your learning and exploration. Here are some references that you may find helpful. Thank you for your time.